man. Shut up. Didn't I say shut up? Bet that rooster will think twice before crowing tomorrow morning. Coffee's ready, guys. Let's start the show. Good morning, Brew Crew. How is everybody this morning? I hope everybody is well. We're almost there. Friday's almost here. Almost. It's the happy hump day, guys. How is everybody this morning? Let's see who's popped in. I know Crow went on. That's Crow. He just appears and we never know when. Well, at least it's a decent hour. You know what I mean? Oh, geez. But let's see. Hey, Chaos. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, Cree. Stopping in, having a few sips of coffee with everyone until my brother-in-law and his wife arrive. Oh, wonderful. Hey, Sherry, how's it going? Let's see who else. Wiz, do you plan on, sleeping at some point today? My goodness. I know how it is, though. It just doesn't always work out, and you just keep going. He's running on fumes, guys. Get that coffee or energy drink or whatever is going to make you keep going. Sage, good morning, darling. How are you? Sage had her coffee ready to roll. I'm glad you guys could all come and hang out this morning. I know I was MIA on Monday. I haven't been feeling too good, guys, lately. Some issues. I'm hoping they pass. I'm trying to avoid going to the doctor, so we'll wait and see what happens. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Good morning, Parasolo. How are you? You could always have that rooster next to the turkey on Thanksgiving. Right. He keeps crowing. That's where he's going to end up. Good morning, Mark. How are you today? I haven't had an energy drink. Right? Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know how you guys can drink that stuff. My son would drink those, and I'd like take a sip, and I'm thinking, oh, this is awful. This fatigue nonsense is one of the worst things about chronic conditions and disabilities. Yeah, it is. We're always tired. That's part of probably what my problem is. My spine, I've got a dislocation between my shoulder blades, and it's making my whole left arm and actually making my breast hurt. And I know it's because of the dislocated disc, but when it comes to the area, in the breast area, you get a little nervous. So I'm hoping that's all that is. So I'm giving it a little time to see if it pops back in. I'm going to have my husband or son give me a bear hug to snap it back into place because I can't get to the chiropractor. I have a bit of a backache myself, lower left. Yeah, I know that's what it is because I'm familiar with it. And then also just the reason I wasn't on Monday, that my tailbone was out of alignment. So it was horrific. I couldn't sit. So I had to take a couple of days break. So we'll see. Just a hot mess. But life has to go on. Things got to go on. Let's see. I'm awake and breathing. So in my book, that means I'm doing great. That's right. That as long as we can wake up and kind of move, we're all right. Speaking of someone who knows other disc and multiple joints on regular, I feel you right. Yeah, so Cassie, it's and you know when it's out of alignment because you feel that pressure. And it makes the shoulder blade go numb, and then it goes into the shoulder joint and down the arm. Well, this time it's radiating into the breast area. So I'm like, oh, come on, really? And it doesn't bother me most of the day, but when I lay down and then you hit that pressure point, Oh god, it's just horrible. So I'm hoping that's all that is, because I really don't want to have to go and get checked and get, them telling me it's something else. Woke up at 11:25 last night, and I didn't get much after that. Up twice, and scars got on my face at 4. It was the wake up call. Good morning, Mystic. How are you? I hope you are well. Hi, Leanne. From crows having Justin's baby to nipples with Laura. Yeah, I know. I was sitting in crow's chat. Hey, everyone. Yeah, I was in crow's chat too. I said, well, I got to go. Sorry. I never get to catch the live because he's on his hellish hours. So it's really strange that he's on this early. He must have stayed up all night. If it's not numb, it's sore. If it's not sore, you've got itching or burning sensation, pins and needles. Yeah, yep, Cass, exactly. Just horrible. I keep getting up with middle back pain as well. I got to move loads for it to clear up. Yeah, well, I know I need an adjustment. So I've got it, and I can't get to the chiropractor. So I'm going to have to have my husband or somebody stomp on my back or something. Actually, usually if I have somebody give me like a really big bear hug, it'll pop back in. But my son hasn't been over, and my husband's been working. So, and you can't adjust it yourself. So it just keeps coming back, and it's driving me insane. But the worst part is when the tailbone and all that is out of alignment, and everybody's like, wow, you try to describe it. The best way I describe it is like somebody is trying to rip your tailbone out through your ass with a pitchfork. That's pretty much how that feels. And I have a little trick that I do here at home where I can make it pop back in, and then it's just sore for a little while. And of course, sitting in a computer chair don't help. So I had to avoid it for a couple of days, but I'm back. I'm back to hang out with my crew. I know the clock is ticking. Is everybody set and ready for Thanksgiving? Those of us that celebrate Thanksgiving. I still have, I still got pies to make, guys. I was supposed to do it, but with the back thing, last thing I want to do is be standing on my feet, rolling out dough. Yeah, Sherry, it's an ouch. Ouch is is a mild way of putting it. Now my poor dog, she knows I'm suffering because I'm, you're laying there and you're moaning, and she's like, oh, loading me up with kisses. Say so, no, yeah, I think we're all good to go. I just gotta make the stuff. So and like I said, I like to do the pies early so it's out of the way. I got a show tonight too. I'm doing open mic tonight as well, so I probably won't make the pies today. I'll probably do it over the weekend, Saturday or something, or Sunday. And then just what I do is I make them up. I don't bake them. I just put it in the freezer. And then Thanksgiving morning, I pop it in the oven, and we're good to go. It's just a step ahead. I always try to do a step ahead because it's just so much to do. I'm going to make cream cheese cherry pie with graham crust, so I don't have to make. Oh, that sounds good. Well, I told my sister she was in charge of making cheesecake this year because I want a cheesecake, and I'm not making that too. So, good morning, Carla. I've got my father on postal watch, Carla. I told him, I says, I've got a package coming from Carla and Susan. And I says, I got to give the guy some money. I said, so here's the money. Now you stay in the doorway. I said, because I don't want to miss it. Good morning, Bill. Early for Bill. Holy crap. I might have been having to work that day. Oh, that's just so wrong. Yeah, Carla, I told my father, I said, here's the money. Now, Dad, stand in the doorway and wait for the mailman. I says, because we don't want him to get away from us. I said, my girlfriend's freaking out. I says, and I'm thinking, what the hell? I'm telling you, Carla, what I went through to find out what the hell was going on with that thing last night. You call up the post office, you can't get a human being, which really annoys the shit out of me. The tracking number wasn't working. It wasn't going through. And then it's on the phone and I'm swearing. I'm thinking, what the hell? So I finally got somebody. And she goes, well, how did I said, you know what? I was just happy to speak to a human being. And she started laughing. But she said, no, he should be redelivering it today. So we'll catch him today. Good morning, graduates. Thanks for coming. And good morning to you. Hopefully everybody's got their coffee and they're ready to roll. I'm sorry I got weighted wrong at this. I told you, not a big deal. I just don't want them shipping it all the way back. And then you have to send it back again. Excuse me. So I'm like, okay, we're going to have my father just sit out on the porch and wait. And I have never had pumpkin cheesecake. My God, excuse me, Wiz. So that must be really awesome because we like pumpkin. And of course, I got to make one of those too, but I won't do that until like the night before. Oh my God, I have tickle. Because I've never frozen a pumpkin pie, and I don't, because usually when you freeze a pie like that, it gets watery on top, and we don't go for that one. So I'll make that one the night before. Excuse me, but I have I'm going to do that. I have the apples and stuff. So I've got to do good morning, Sandra. Good morning. Sandra, I've messaged you guys. I need a photograph of you. Send it to me. Send me a picture of you. I looked on the page there. You get all them two cheeky guys, all their faces, but no Sandra. I need a Sandra face. Pumpkin cheesecake. Wow, never had that. Sounds yummy. Yeah, it does sound yummy because I like a good cheesecake. But I told my sister, you're on cheesecake duty this year. Strawberry. Of course, I've had a double chocolate cheesecake. Oh, good Lord. You get fat just looking at it. Good morning, Susan. Cherry pie, yeah. I like all pies. What kind of pies do you pre-make and freeze? Well, an apple and any berry pie I could freeze. I usually make like blackberry and all of that. And you leave them raw. You just put them all together and then I wrap them all up. Excuse me. I cover it in wax paper and then foil and plastic wrap and just so it's really well covered and then put it in the freezer. And I love it because my freezer has a drawer. So I just set it right in that area and it stays nice. And then you just unwrap it and throw it in the oven. It's freaking awesome. I never used to do that. I used to make all the pies like the day before. And then, you're dead because you got to make a whole dinner the next day. I said, it's the hell with this. Okay, Sandra. Yeah, I need just a photograph of you. Working on the magazine and stuff, trying to crank that out, and I'm a few things short. And one thing is your photo I need. Pinky's here. Good morning. Do a lot of people come for Thanksgiving? I used to have over 20 Cree, but now that everybody's, kind of spread out and doing their own thing, this year I'm going to have about 10 to 12 people this year. So that's actually not too bad. I don't care for pumpkin pie, but pumpkin cheesecake works for me. No, I have to have the pumpkin pie or my husband will throw me out. And him and I are actually really the only ones that eat the pumpkin pie. So I'll probably make that one earlier than I said. Who knows? Whenever I squeeze it in. And then he'll just eat it up here. Because my husband will play around. He don't care about the dinner. He wants the pie. He's got such a sweet tooth. When are you doing the winners? By the way, for the poll. Actually, what the hell is today's date? Today is the 19th. It'll be closed this week. And as far as I know, you're still in the lead, Mark. So it looks like Mark's going to be the sexy guy. Yeah, guys. Yeah, this week I'm going to close it off. So just get your cast your votes. Cast the votes. Now, do you all do dinners at home, or do you go to family members? I wish somebody would. I mean, we've been offered to go to other family members' homes, but my father wants it here. So we do it here. And then I think eventually when it gets to be when I'm just too damn tired, I'm going to throw my son and his girlfriend into a panic and say, we're coming to your house. And I watch her shit all over herself because she's a cook in learning. What's this poll? Oh, Leanne, over on my community post page on my page, I have polls up for the sexy man and sexy woman of the paranormal. And you got to go cast your votes. Staying home and fixing for the folks. Yeah, Sage, I'm sure you put out one hell of a spread. Actually, we were just going over that last night. My father goes, what's on the menu? I said, well, you know what's on the menu. So I had to go over it all again with him. Keeping it quiet this year, just my daughter and boyfriend. Oh, that's nice. Sometimes it's nice just to have a small gathering. I mean, I don't mind having everybody there because it's nice because we all don't get together that often because everybody's busy with life, but it's just the work. Oh, Lord. And then I always, because I live upstairs, my parents are downstairs, and I bring everything downstairs, and we have it all down there. Good morning, Roger. How are you? And I even bring down the dishes because I'm the one that has the Christmas holiday dishes instead of pulling out. And I have my mother's china, so I'm hauling dishes and stuff downstairs too. And I recruit everybody. Come on, let's go. Morning checks are okay. Let this train wreck. Yeah, you got all the stuff ready to roll. So let's come to Canada. Everyone gets excited for their Thanksgiving and then ours. Then Christmas, Super Bowl Sunday. I make more Super Bowl than any other holiday. I know it's like party after party after party. And by the time we're all done, we're all bloated. Laying on the furniture, moaning and groaning. I may just pretend that I'm sick and sleep through it all and eat leftovers the next day. Oh, whiz. Not for nothing, my husband likes the leftovers too, because he'll tell me, you know, he likes the dinner, but he's always just interested in the dessert. And then he says, but he can't wait for the next day to have a turkey sandwich. That's actually his favorite. So I'm good, just trying to keep warm. Oh, same here, Roger. We're freezing. We are freezing. Good morning, Ace. How are you, sir? Is Ace going to have a big Thanksgiving in the wonderful state of PA? And actually, I'd like to hear what everybody has for their Thanksgiving dinner because everybody has something different. You know, we pretty much are traditional here. And I'll make, you know, a lot of different like hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. And Laura, they don't even watch American football here, and still will say Super Bowl is coming. Oh, yeah. Well, it's soccer, right? So, yeah. Oh, 19 degrees. Yikes. That is chilly action going on there. We're 27. We're the big whopping 27. But it's supposed to warm up to almost 50 this weekend. So that's when I got to get my yard finished. Got to get finish the roof on the shed, and then put everything back. They got the snow melted because everything was covered in snow. So it saves me having to clean it all off. I mean, it was covered in tarps, but still. Then load it back up and lock it up for the season. 4 degrees Celsius. Oh, I know, it's that time of year, guys. We just got to suck it up. Oh, are you leaving so soon, Ace? Oh, I'm so sorry that you're going to hang out with us and have some coffee. Maybe we'll see you tonight. I'm going to be doing an open mic night tonight. Going to do a little card play with that to have a little fun. Yeah, it is, Sherry. That's just too cold. It's only going to get worse, guys. I know I'm the bearer of bad news, but it's just the nightmare will continue for the next couple of months. In 2013, I was in Boston just a week or so before Thanksgiving. I come home before it. I remember being taken to my first Walmart and finding their cookbook of the best recipes. Yeah. Love it when you have the, and you like to try new stuff out. And I'm still encouraging everybody to share recipes with me so I could put them all together so we could share them out. Carla's getting ready for work. Work day for Carla. Oh, she misses Boston and Salem. Carla, if I was a millionaire, I'd buy you a little house right there in Salem. And of course, I would be like next door, but you know. Good morning, Sir Wayne. How are you? With Crow. I know Crow showed up and I'm thinking, oh man, I'm done for. But I'm so happy that you guys showed up here too. I really appreciate it. You love me. You really, really love me. I was a single mom and didn't drink, so I would throw a huge Super Bowl party for my kids and their friends. Just loved it because they could party and not worry about their own kids. Yeah, that's when it's nice when you have a safe place to go and enjoy a holiday. Thanks. If I was a millionaire, I'd buy one and move you. Yeah. We could be the two weirdos, and well, weirdo with Salem. I mean, we're probably normal compared to some of the people that are in Salem. I started off with about 6 kids, but as time went on, kids would talk about it so much that I would end up with 20 to 25. Oh, hey, there you go. Your house was the place to be. Oh, Cass hasn't been there in 12 years. I so wanted to go, but I was glad that the girls went live and we could all enjoy it together. Because believe me, if I was able, I would have surprised them. I would have showed up. Good morning, V team. How are you this morning? Oh, I'll kick it back. Got the coffee, ready to rock and roll. Ready to rock and roll. And yeah, usually isn't there like a football game? The football game's on Thanksgiving, correct? We never watched it. We always watched the parade. And then, well, it's in the background. I usually don't get to watch anything because I'm in the kitchen. Yelling at everybody to get out of my way. It's just easier to tell. Just stand off to the side and let me do my thing. Or if they come in, then I grab them, put them to work, and they're like, "Oh, come on, man! No, you're gonna eat it. You're gonna make it too." I'm okay. Hoping to get through the winter. I know. I hope we all and I don't want to turn the heat on yet. But we broke down a couple times already because it just got to be, I'm never cold, ever. And I was cold. I'm like, yeah, turn it on. Your toes feel like icicles. Yeah, it's a little chilly. Barbecued pulled pork sandwiches, barbecued wings, brat subs, pizza, jalapeno popper. I love jalapeno poppers. Veggie tray and more. They didn't come for the football. They always end up outside playing football. Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they want the food. They ain't stupid. They're not stupid. I got the heat on here, but I'm outside too. Yeah, it's well. The other night, actually, I know my neighbors must thought I was nuts. My dog got stuck, and I had my nightgown and robe and slippers on. I went out there. My husband was, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I had to go get the dog. I don't give a shit." There's nobody outside. They didn't see nothing. If they did, well, that's the way it goes. Not like I was gonna go upstairs, get dressed, go back out, go get the dog unhooked, and then come back. Yeah, so I just went out there like that. And just before that, I saw my neighbor out, and he's all dressed up like an Eskimo. I'm thinking, come on, man, it ain't that cold. Suck it up. Cold's not even here yet. Does anybody got any good plans for this weekend? Like I said, I know you don't mind. I'm going to be doing yard work and baking. I still want to start hauling down my Christmas stuff so I can get that put up. Carla, did you put up your Christmas stuff yet? Or did your kids say you couldn't do it yet? Papa has the wood stove stoked and supernova. Oh, yep. See, I always wanted to have the wood stove here. But if we did, our fire insurance would go through the roof. So I didn't put one in. I'm not looking forward to going out this weather. I hope my council are good. The least thing I need is to fall and break something. I know, yeah, it's bad. It's freezing here. I sat inside and shiver. You're shivering. Oh no. Quick, grab a blankie. Get all wrapped up. Is that why you didn't go out on an adventure, Mark? You stayed in and played video games? Smart. I know it's everybody asks me, when are you going to go out and, and do? I'm not. When it gets to this time of year, I mean, the cemeteries are still open, the ones that are gated, and the other ones are wide open. You can go when you want. But when it's like 20 degrees out, I'm sorry. You can't feel your fingers. It's just not a pleasant experience. So in the wintertime, yeah, it's nothing until spring. The ghosts will still be there. They'll be there waiting. And of course, I didn't get to go out as much as I wanted to this season because the weather was unbearable in the summer. We had terrible mosquitoes. And then just finding the time to go and do it. The truth, balancing heat and eating isn't much fun. If we had any longer cuts, I'm screwed. Oh my God. Oh, that's right. Because, yeah, it was Sean from Bristol was saying that there was power outages and stuff. Because, yeah, he was having problems with his equipment. That, and it was midnight this eve through. I'm doing an adventure live. Oh, okay. Be warm. Get you guys go out, and I know you got those things like we've got here. Those I don't remember what they're called. I think they're hot pocket things. It's not the ones you eat. It's the ones that it's for camping and hunting, and they're the little packets that you crack up the stuff that's in the inside, and then it warms up. It generates heat. You put them in your pocket, and that's a way to keep warm. Sean and Sandra and them were all freezing to death. I said, you need to go and get those so that you have them. Drop them in your shorts. Do whatever you want to do. It'll keep you warm. And I know you guys got them. You probably just call them something else. I was just talking about that with my father, too, about, the difference between what we call things here and what they call them in the UK. It's so funny. So we could be saying one thing and they're looking at us like, what? And what the hell are you talking about? But it's great with the interaction and chat. Everybody gets to, figure out what everybody's talking about. Don't have problems with my equipment. Fill the preamp 5 times. Oh, jeez. Wayne. Well, before they actually put in the new power lines and stuff this past summer, the wind would blow and our power and everything would go out. It was so annoying. I keep some in my pickup truck. They keep your hands and feet warm. Yeah. Yeah, Sage. You should have them in your vehicles because you never know when you're going to get stranded. And we always have them in our camping gear just for that occasion if it gets cold. And my husband would have, you have when you go hunting, it keeps you warm. I broke down once on the pass and it kept me warm. Yeah. It's amazing what those little things do. Of course, I have no idea what they're filled with. I don't know what the chemicals are in there. Okay, I'm taking you with me, but I'm off for a nap. Okay, we'll lull you into slumber, Cass. Quick, Carla, start singing. Sing her to sleep. Bloomin' heck, makes it 4 times. I didn't realize I had an extra kid. You have spare children running around there, Wayne, that you don't know about? Can't get away with that here. There's not that much space, so if we got an extra, we know about it. Especially because most of the kids hang out in the kitchen, so you can't, yeah. And I'm thinking of downsizing. Because I just had enough. And I won't do that until my parents pass, and then I'm putting the house up for sale because I won't need a 2-family home then. Too much maintenance. And I don't want to deal with that in my older years. Possibility, Wayne. Okay. Well, if you see a little something extra running around, then yeah, you might want to look into it, Wayne. Some kid off the street just blends in with the rest of them. They figure, well, they won't know. I could see why a lot of these people now do like the van life thing and stuff like that because they're downsizing. They just don't want to deal with all of the heavy maintenance that a house carries, and so it's just basic necessities. I told my husband at this point in my life, I says I'll be happy with a shack on a patch of grass somewhere in the woods. That's all. That's why it kills me when people win the lottery and then they buy. It was the last guy that won the big lottery. Single Hispanic man won it. I believe it was New York City. And he had nothing. I mean, he had nothing. And he come into all of that money. And you were thinking, oh, wonderful, somebody that actually can use it. Well, I think he bought, well, my husband said, he bought like 3 mansions. You're one man. What are you going to, single? I mean, he won't be single for long, but I mean, why are you buying a mansion that has like 10 bedrooms and, and 8 bathrooms? What the hell are you going to do with all of that? And then not to mention, nobody ever thinks, you buy something like that, you got to think it's okay. Oh, I paid for it in cash. Yeah, but you got to pay taxes every year, upkeep, grounds where you going to maintain and manage all this yourself? No, you're going to pay people to do it. That money's going to burn quick. I don't care what anybody says. Just buy a regular house, people. Common sense. Hand warmers contain, okay, say up. Iron power, salt, water, and absorbent materials, and active carbon activated by oxygen. Oh, all right, that's cool. All I know is they heat up and they could get hot. So, word of warning, guys, if you do use those hand warmers, Don't leave it on bare skin for very long because you get burned. But definitely, yeah, it's a good thing to carry around in the vehicle and like I said, we have them for camping and stuff like that because you never know. You never know. Well, your cheeks might get cold and they need to be warmed up. And your partner isn't always willing to warm up your cheeks, so sometimes they're too busy. Miss Susan lurking at work. Or are you on call today? I forgot what she said. So I'm saying short-term memory, guys. I'm lucky I didn't lose a day. That happens all the time. It's really annoying. Yeah, rosy cheeks. It's more like frosty cheeks. All four of my cheeks are cold at the moment. We'll start rubbing them together. Call the Mrs. Wayne. Say, hey, come here. I need your help. I always tease my husband. I said, well, I'll volunteer. Get out of here. He yells at me, get out of here. Oops, she's lurking at work. Okay, we won't get you in trouble. Shh, quiet, everybody. Of course, Sage is at work too. I just love it if she would put us on speaker. Boy, we'd give him something to talk about, wouldn't we? Of course, then we want to get her in trouble. Piggy said, my cheeks are warm. Well, you're going into summer, you lucky duck. Winter just seems to last forever. I don't know if it's an age thing, because we don't do any winter sports anymore. So it's all you do is looking out the window saying, oh God, is it spring yet? Is spring come here yet? Just some sign. And the thing that freaks me out, my roses are still producing flowers, my rose bushes. I'm like, what the hell? Which I think is awesome. Hey, Angelina, how's it going? Good morning to you. Hope you're well. Been a long time since we've seen you about. So yeah, because my husband keeps saying that. And he says, what the hell's up with that rose bush? He goes, look at the flowers on it. I go, I know. I should go out there and cut them all and put them in a vase so we can enjoy them in the house. And we've had a couple of good frosts and snow, and it's still pumping out flowers. So I'm not going to complain. Best $30 I ever spent. And it's the one plant so far that, the critters haven't killed. It feels like the seasons are slowly changing, the times they start and end. Yeah, everything is changing. Global warming. I just think it's a natural cycle. I mean, human race isn't helping, but I just think it's a natural cycle that we're going through, and there's change. And I remember hearing as a kid, growing up, in school and stuff, they would say that eventually the seasons would flip. For it's always warm and beautiful there in Florida. And we have this 4 seasons here. I always heard that, eventually it'll flip and we'll end up having the warm weather and so on and so forth. So maybe that's what's going on, because our summers have been more extreme here. This past summer was just, it was brutal. Almost 100 degrees every day. No rain. Oh my God. And I'm saying, oh God, I said I need to get it, because we took our pool down a couple of years ago. I need another pool. I don't care. I said, screw the fire pit. We've got to find a way to get another pool back there, because I can't stand it. And for me, it's like a therapy, because like when you're all swelled up and stuff like that, people that have chronic pain issues have a lot of problems with swelling and pressure. And so the pool is like a savior, You just sit in there and float around for an hour or two, and then you felt better. Now that I don't have one, it's, you're living in the shower and it's cold water to help you feel better. And we couldn't the air conditioner has to be on. I really don't like air conditioning, but we had no choice. Actually, I got to set up a time to have Wiz come on the show and talk about his creative music and stuff like that. You're doing a great job, Wiz. So is Pinky. Pinky is freaking putting it out there. It's awesome. And I loved what you did, Pinky, with Sean and those guys. I told him, I said, that has to be the new intro. That was hilarious. And with the photos, and I know he posted it, I did up like a Christmas card with those pictures on there. That was freaking hilarious. Those guys are a riot. Excuse me. We had a weather drought. All the water sources were drying up, and now we have floods. Oh, geez. Yeah, our lakes and stuff were drying up. That's pretty bad. So that's why I have a feeling we're going to have a hard winter. I think we're going to get buried in snow to make up for the water loss. And we're still getting rain in between. So Mother Nature is trying to correct what we didn't get over the summer. There's so much ice on my windshield on Saturday. After 20 minutes of scraping, I quit and went home. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't miss that at all. Not one damn bit. That's the one blessing of being forced into retirement. I don't have to go out there at 5:00 in the morning and thaw the truck out so I could be to work by 6. Now I get to just curl up in the blankets and roll over. Dragon has a new song out too. Yeah, nothing worse than waking up to the water line frozen in your car door. Yeah, oh, I know, it's terrible. All right, do you have oh God, what is it? A car starter, Liz? That's one of the best inventions, the car starter. So we would start it up a couple times, so it would warm out the truck before we even had to go out there. But yeah, Wiz, if you're game to come on the show and let me interview you, we could set up a time. That would be great. Forgot to shut that off, guys. Sorry. And Bill too for music blew up my watch feed over the weekend. Everybody was cranking out stuff. They really were. But then last night I'm looking for people. I'm thinking, what the hell, man? Nobody's doing nothing. I gotta find something to watch. I forgot what I ended up watching. Oh, I watched some of Bill's for a couple minutes, and then his feed crapped out on him. I don't know what happened there. So then I moved over to Jimmy for a little bit, and I was breaking him on Jimmy, and then I passed out. Kicking out awesome runes, Wayne. Yes, Wayne's got some great stuff too. The music. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check out Wayne's stuff. I'm loving it, Wayne. The hidden master of music. Beautiful job, Wayne. Great. Those are nice when they work. Let me know when I'm game. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll touch base with you, Liz, and we can set up something. Let's see. So many talented peeps making great music. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Well, it kind of, actually, I did see a comment of somebody that, Lady Diane, who has a channel, and she had made a post about not, she says she feels like she doesn't exist. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what the hell's going on there? And actually, Susan, you might want to touch base with her, Diane there. I says, no, don't say that. Everybody exists. I mean, you may be going through a bad patch right now, but and I know she's been dealing with stuff, because they were in charge of one of the local haunts, and it was taken away to somebody else, took it over. And I mean, that was a crushing blow for her and her channel, but Spectre Whispers, guys. She's such a lovely lady, her and her daughter. And um, I think she's just on a low point right now. Bill always has trolls galore. Mining for him is a challenge. Well, yeah. And then that's the thing. You don't know who's doing what or saying what. And so you hesitate. But we all get the trolls. I always laugh because I say I still hold the record. And that's, because I got them from all that wacko preacher guy. That's how I ended up with over 60 trolls. Talk about everybody shitting their pants that night, all my poor mods. They were great. I got several more songs to upload yet. We're looking forward to it, Wayne. Looking forward to it. You're coming out with some really good stuff. Actually, yeah, the night that I had all of those trolls, I think, Carla was on her way home from work. Who did I have on his mind? Oh, and then Bill. Bill was the only one that was in there, so he got flooded. So I felt bad for that. So I'm trying to help and run a show, and what a horrible. Yeah, Biff. I got biffed. Yep. Thank God that guy is just gone. He's not bothering anybody anymore. I had to block him on everything. But I had, doing that show, and then all of a sudden the whole chat just filled up, and I was like, oh no. And we were just picking them off one by one. And the problem with that guy is he had several accounts. So if you blocked him for one, then he'd pop on something else. And he was harassing everybody that was in Jeff's chat in that show that night. And yeah, they nailed me. I said, well, okay, whatever. 1 or 2, I'm unable to upload at this point due to waiting the release of the new channel to come out. Okay. Well, that's something we have to look forward to. That's all. It's just like when Mariah was talking about the stuff that they were working on. And good morning. Hi, Leanne. Let's see. Gotta run. Sorry. Have a great day, Laura. Oh, you too, Angelina. Be well. And if we don't see or hear from you, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I missed all the fun. Yeah, Leanne, it was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. And everybody had to, just block everything because the guy's got some bolts loose. That's all I got to say. One scary individual. I thought I'd finished the Christmas music and then sat here writing a dragon theme song. See, there's always more, Pinky. As long as the creative juices are flowing, you just roll with it. I know there's some things I'd like to put together. I'm still working on figuring all that crap out. I'm getting there though. Slow but steady. But you guys do it like it's nothing. Of course, I don't spend a lot of time on it. That's my bad. So it's when I have a few extra minutes or whatever, that I'll pop in and say, okay, let me see if I can do this, and then I get frustrated because it doesn't come out the way I want. But I'll get there. My ADHD brain is what makes me tick. Yeah. Well, that's, you know what? It's the creativity. You tap right into it. I know there's a lot of people that have ADHD or autism. It's the same thing. Very creative, and it just, wow. Okay, wait, I'm confused, Susan. It was our show. Excuse me. Is that what it was, Susan, that we were on together? See, God, see, I don't even remember that. All I know is that, yeah, we got nailed with the nightmare. Your picture there, Laura, I think I've been there before. Ah, you're talking about in that dark, foggy forest? I'm sure I've been there. I've lurked through many forests. It could have been. It could have been when Susan and I were on together. All I know is that we got bombarded. It was a shit show, and but everybody handled it brilliantly. Neat idea, graduate. Let's see. I'm home and I've learned to put cat litter in my car to absorb moisture. The inside windows. It does work. Oh, that is a good idea. Because normally, like here, we use that damp red stuff. I use that in a camper. That stuff's amazing. And I've used it in the house too. It just sucks up all of that moisture in the air. And it's okay. I'm ready for a nap already. Napping? Oh, no, 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 not yet. Only 10 o'clock. You got to wait at least another hour. Using fresh tea bags in your shoes, trainers helps prevent them from smelling. Really? I'll be darned. Really, Wayne? That's I've never heard of that. I'll have to pass that along to my son because his work boots are horrible. Of course, your feet get wet all the time, and sweaty, and but that's a good day. Hump day is sleep day for most of you. It's just when we just get over that midweek blah, praying for Friday. I'm not going, Roger. It's 6:52 here. I just started work. Only had about 3 hours sleep. You're gonna be dragging ass. It's rough when you only had 3 hours sleep and then you got to work. Don't they make the tea? Yeah, Wiz. Yeah, please don't tell us that you recycle the tea bags, Wayne. Oh, good God. Just had a Jehovah Witness at the door. Oh, that must have been fun. Did you have fun with that? I'm gonna go put the tea bags in my son's boots. Be right back. Oh, go yeah, do it. Oh, you know what? That'd be so funny. Then when he goes, puts his foot in there, he's like, "What the hell is this? It's loaded with tea bags." Sorry, Laura. I meant it was the show with Shane. Was it? Okay. I'd have to go back and check. I don't, all I know is that, yeah, we were overrun with trolls. And those people really need to get a life. So I play the game of how long can I keep them there before I say they need to go. Oh, I think everybody has a good time with those people. And they don't take no for an answer. And the thing is that a lot of people, they'll sit there, they will invite them in and then sit there and then debate between beliefs and they get frustrated. But they've always been polite. But I used to, joke around when we were younger. And I was at my husband's house when we were dating, and a pair from Jehovah Witnesses come to the door, and my mother-in-law answered it. So I yelled out, "Quick, cut the chicken down and clean up the floor. The Jehovah's are at the door." The lady had it. She was a good sport. She laughed. But, I get it. It's part of what they have to do. It's part of their baptismal uh, ritual that, they have to do service door to door to be baptized into the church. And it's, But it's annoying. It really is. If people are looking to join, they'll come to you. Don't go to their door. The truth, some of our friends are JW. They come over to Bible study once in a while, which is great. Which is great. I don't. There's. I don't know. I just Jehovah Witnesses aren't my thing. I've got big issues with them because of what they do to family members, if they are excommunicated or tossed out from the church, and it's not good. It's not a good thing. Another group there, the Latter Day Saints, wonderful people. They really are, guys. And they go door to door, and that's part of their mission. It was last year, or a year before last, or a couple years ago. And oh God, I was feeling like crap, but I had to do the lawn work, and I just got done with it. And the two young guys come up, actually offered to cut my grass for me. I says, "Oh, if you were here 5 minutes earlier, I would have said yes." Very nice. I don't mind sitting down talking, with them, as long as you can have a good conversation and they don't get offended, because not everybody believes the same. They're friends, and mom really likes them. I don't follow JW. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, you can still hang out, but as long as they don't cross the line, because some of them do, and they'll argue to the death with you. And that's not what it's about. It's learning, and everybody has their own beliefs. But that's the only thing I have against them is the way they treat people. Because I had I still do. I have a friend who was in that church, and she wrote a letter telling him that she was leaving, and that was worse than just leaving, because they kept telling her that her kids were going to burn in hell for her sins because she was an unwed mother. And I'm thinking, so I had to sit down with her. I said, "Come on, do you actually believe that your children are going to be blamed or suffer for your sins?" I said, they've got nothing to do with it. And I would have left too. I would have said, "No, I'm not hanging out here, guys." 2 years ago, I had a debate with me and everything. Learn to like spit it out. Debate with me, and every time he had a point, he put his foot in my door on the mat. Well, because they don't want you to close the door in their face. I would just say, when I was younger, of course, purposely, guys, you're gonna laugh because our doorbell. I don't fix our doorbell on purpose. I haven't had my doorbell hooked up for 20 years because we don't use the front entrance. And everybody knows when they come to visit me, you come through the back way. If you're ringing the front doorbell, that means I don't want to talk to you, because it's usually a solicitor of some kind. So instead of putting up a sign, I just didn't hook the doorbell back up. So they could be down there pushing that button until they turn blue in the face. Nobody's coming to the door. A 9-year-old girl and her mother and I have been joking about shit in her shoes, and she did look before school. The joke is still moving forward. Oh, geez. That is funny. That's the best part. You can say whatever you want to a kid, and they're like, "What?" As my son did, or my husband did something similar to that to my son. Freaking hilarious. My husband got this from a guy at work. It was a fake turd. And my son had bunk beds. So my husband just put it on my son's top bunk. And we had a small dog back then. And my son come running into the kitchen almost in tears. "The dog poopied on my bed." I mean, this thing looked real. And my husband and I started laughing. Oh my God, it was so funny. I have no idea what he ever did with that thing. That was the biggest gag. We would throw it everywhere, and then people would be all freaked out. I used to get really frustrated and have two big no solicitor signs on my door with two letters, or with 2-inch letters, sorry. And they would still come and ring the door. Yeah, because they blow it off. Just don't fix the doorbell. Be like me. Screw the doorbell. Tell everybody if they want to visit you, come through the back door. And here in our family and everything, well, because you guys know that I am a minister. So, but I'm an independent minister. So I don't follow structured religion or any, you know, one denomination. Um, so when they do come around, and like same thing, when they come around, they want to talk to my father and stuff like that. My father will talk to them, and he was raised Roman Catholic. He was an altar boy. He was heavily into the church when he was a young man. So when they come and they want to debate stuff, my father will, he'll tell them, and he has a nice conversation with them, and they're very polite. By the time they leave, they respect what he's telling them, and he's respecting what they're saying. So you leave it in a nice way. Um, some of them just don't get it. You just, please don't come back. Don't waste your pamphlets on me, because I'm just going to throw them out. Save them for somebody who's interested. I think it's a little bit easier now that people are a little bit more open when you do have religious discussions. I mean, I try not to do that because, people get a little touchy, but I think it's a little easier now. Before, when you'd put it out there, if you had a different belief or, did things in a different way, it was frowned upon greatly. And that's a shame, because we should respect everybody's, beliefs and rituals and all of that. And it's education, go out, go check out all of those other, beliefs and churches and stuff. Listen, learn, make up your own decision. Follow what you feel that you should be following. In a public school, my teacher would always say, I know you could do better. Just do it. I struggle. Now I have 23 years education. I did 11th grade twice. Yeah, you do what you got to do. Everybody learns different. My son was a bit dyslexic, so he hated reading. He hated it. And now that he's older, and the school that he went to, they helped teach him how to do the things the way that he could and understand it. And it worked. Where before they didn't recognize it or didn't pay attention to it, and made kids struggle and then quit school. And I'm, glad to say my son made it through college. And so, same here, Laura. I mean, as far as beliefs, yeah, I think it's very important. I always tell everybody, if you want to belong to a church or a group, that's great. That's great. It's for fellowship, community. That's wonderful. But go to different ones. See which one calls to you and you feel comfortable with. When you go to some places and they start asking you to do some weird stuff and they got some weird rules, yeah, that's when it's time to go. It's like, thanks. And you don't even have to belong to any church if you don't want to. I always tell everybody, it's, and that gets frowned upon as well. I know I get shit for that, but, no matter where you're speaking about, God is church. So, you know, you don't need a building to conduct your religious beliefs. Expect the politicians, they ring the bell, but then no one answers. They bang on the door, still ignore them. Oh, yeah. That's what she's talking about. Yeah, especially them. Yeah. They're worse than any religious groups banging on the door. And then they leave like crap stuffed in your door. It's like, I don't want this garbage. As long as it ain't the Church of Charles Manson. Oh, yeah, exactly. I hear you on that one. I remember being in school. They gave us material for learning Greek mythology. I love Greek mythology. That's why my dog is named Athena. I took it home, cram reading and got to school. The next day, they asked for it back. Said that they couldn't teach that anymore. Oh, wow. Really? The Greek mythology is awesome. Politicians now conference call you. That's why I don't answer my phone either. If I don't know the number or your name doesn't pop up in the screen, I shut it down. I don't answer. And you'd think they'd get it after a while. Nope, no clue. They just keep calling. I said, well, it's your dime, not mine. I look at it this way. If I didn't answer the phone after like the 6th time you've called or called you back, guess what? That means I don't want to talk to you. And see, there's the thing that blows your mind, Wiz. They couldn't teach you the Greek mythology. But look at the crap that you're trying to teach our kids now. That I'm sorry. My personal opinion, there's a lot of things in there that they're trying to get away with. And that's stuff that parents should be teaching the kids, not the school. They're getting up in everybody's business, and that's not their place. Especially when it's more of an adult. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, when it's more of an adult's topic, and they're trying to teach it to kindergartners. Hello? No. That's, my job, not your job. And then you deem when your child is old enough to understand. I know there's let's see, Lena's message is annoying. How do they get our phone numbers? Because our phone numbers are up for sale, Sherry. I remember when they first started cell phone businesses and had cell phones, numbers were private. I paid for private number. And then it got to be where they could legally sell your number to solicitors. That's how they get them. So we're on a list. And then if you do answer, you said, like, how did you get my number? Who gave you my phone number? If I want your services, I'd call you. Why are you, badgering me? Actually, I had a boss that would just play havoc with the phone solicitors. Oh, I like die laughing. He would pretend like he couldn't speak English and just repeat like the same broken English statement or say thing he would say, and oh my God, he would get those people so frustrated. And then, of course, before they'd hang up, he goes, "Okay, bye." It was it. My son went to school with this kid. His family was from Poland, and the grandmother lived with them, and she could not speak English. All she could say is, "Call back after 5." They must have taught her that. So every time somebody would call the house, she would say, "Call back after 5," because she couldn't understand anybody. It's really difficult for the older ones when they come here, and there's no English. It's hard. Of course, I wish I knew more than just English. I was teaching myself Polish for a while, but then I stopped doing that. Actually, it come along pretty quick. I was surprised. So it can be done if we put effort into it. Yeah, any of you guys know a second language, your third or fourth? Or if I get scammed called, I say hello, and then I know the first sentence, they're scam, and I pretend I'm an automated system. Yeah, automated system. It's good, Mark. Or yeah, like when I would get a phone call and I knew it was spam, I'd answer the phone like, "Oh, Sally's sex shop. First tub of grease is free. How can I help you?" And they'd be like, "What? What?" Or you answer the phone like you're a pizzeria. You'd be like, "Thanks for calling Marco's. Pick up or delivery." They hang up really quick. I strung along a scammer once, but learned my lesson. He spoofed my phone number, and I got called right back after asking if I was really the power company. Oh, jeez. You still play it off. I would. Or I'd be like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What are you talking about? Yeah, but I know people have done that. Answered like a pizzeria, and like I said, I would just pull. I would say anything, and you just catch them off guard. One time, a guy with an Indian accent wasn't a scammer. I had to apologize for being rude. Oopsie. Oh yeah, because the majority of the time it is. It's calls from India, and I have trouble understanding those people anyway. For some reason, I cannot process that accent. It's horrible. And even if I get a doctor like in the emergency room or whatever, and they have an Indian accent, I just tell them right offhand, I have a hard time understanding you people, so you're going to have to speak slowly so I can understand what you're saying. It's something about that accent that my ears just don't want to absorb. I don't know. I could speak a bit of Spanish, but I can understand a lot of other languages to a degree without knowing them due to the sounds and tones in the words. Ah, that's good. Yes, I do remember some of my Spanish. I took that in school, but I'm not fluent. So it's, the old saying, you don't use it, you lose it. Same thing with the Polish. I grew up with it. Everybody speaking, the older family members, my father never taught us. Why, I don't know. But so when they would get together and talk, you understood what they were talking about in general. But yeah, as far as joining in, no, we never did that. Same thing on my mother's side, the Lebanese. They never taught the kids. So you could understand certain things by with the words they used, but as far as speaking, nah, didn't happen. And that's hard. That's a hard language to learn. One person was saying I had been in an accident, and I was saying ye. I did. They went on a bit and then asked what car it was, and I said a Panzer tank. You never forgot. You never forget a donde es el baño. Oh yeah. Where is the bathroom? Well, this is my husband. He's doing contracting for this guy he knows, and he's got, I think, two gentlemen. I think they're Mexican, and they don't speak English, that are working for him. And he's having a hard time telling them what he wants. I says, you know what? Hello, you've got a smartphone. They have translator apps. Get the translator app so that you could talk to these poor guys instead of playing charades with them. I mean, it's just really ridiculous. Wisdom is actually in any language. You never forget to ask where the bathroom is. That is important. Where is the bathroom? There's a language guy that I watch on YouTube. You guys probably seen him. He's probably in his 30s. I think he knows multiple languages and he picks them up really good. So he must have a photographic memory. It's amazing. And he goes all over and he'll learn the language for about a couple of weeks, and then he goes into that region and tries it out to see if he can converse with the locals. It's amazing how he does it. And I know you guys have seen him. He's married to a Chinese woman, And he usually, pulls the pranks on the Chinese people. He'll pretend like he doesn't know how to order something or ask for something. And then as they're having the conversation back and forth, he transitions into their language and it flips them out and they get the biggest kick out of it. Google Translate, absolutely. I've heard that they can talk English. They just choose not to. These guys, I don't know. Because I've never met them, so I don't know. You're probably right. And they're probably just breaking balls, making them suffer trying to figure out what to say. But that's when you hit them up with the translator and they're like, oh shit, now we're stuck. I mean, they're hard workers. They do a great job. There's just that language barrier. So either they're choosing not to, or they're just doing it to be smart. I'm trying to think what the hell that guy's name was. He goes by his Chinese name. I think it was Shawarma, something like that. I know you've probably seen him. I'd love to be able to pick up languages that quick. That'd be awesome. I don't even go back to learning the Spanish because I got a girlfriend that's very fluent. She was a translator and she's Dominican. So if I'm going somewhere and I know there's a lot of Spanish speaking people, like, oh, well, come with me. Come on. You can tell me if they're talking about us. They like to bust balls a lot, except when it comes to lunch breaks. Yeah, yeah. Well, there was one time where they kind of like disappeared and like, where the hell did they go? The vehicle's still here. They just wandered off. Got to get going in a few. Let's do errands to do. 7:30ish live at haunted location. If you're about, catch you all later. Bye. Have a great day, Mark. I'll have to mark it down. Yeah, I'm going out at 7, but you're 5 hours ahead, so you'll already be done by the time I pop back on tonight. Keep warm, Mark. I'm just stressing that we catch the postman. Once I know I've got that covered and paid for, then the rest of my day I'll go. It's actually today's going to be kind of full, so I don't know how much personal stuff I'll get accomplished, but it is what it is. Nobody has any outstanding plans for the day. Fog just rolled in about a half hour ago. It's warmed up to a balmy 26. Woohoo! Break out the shorts. All right. Oh, these cold days I've been picking out old movies to watch. Actually, I watched Soylent Green the other day. I don't know if you guys remember that movie with Charlton Heston. That was a good old movie. God forbid that, our world turns into that hot mess, but really it makes you think. Those are the kind of movies that make you think. I was actually just talking to my husband about that last night about nature and stuff fighting back, like the movie The Happening. I said, not for nothing. That could actually happen. Where the plants are taking revenge on the human race. Don't be too surprised. You go outside and get bitch slapped by an oak tree or something. Already in shorts due to the supernova heat. There you go, to the wood stove. It's people. That's right. Soylent Green is people. And actually, I didn't think about it until I watched it the other night. because I've seen it several times. But you see how they have it? They show you what the Soylent Green is. It's these hard square chips. How the hell do they eat those things? What do you add water? Or the one part where Charlton Heston goes to um, question the bodyguard, and he runs into the bodyguard's girlfriend. Uh, I can't remember the she was a black actress. I can't remember her name, but she was sitting there enjoying a jar of strawberries, and it was $150 for a jar of strawberries. I think, well, yeah, we're getting to that point. Can you imagine? With all the protein stuff around you, start to wonder what we're really eating. Yeah, I know we're eating a lot of chemicals because they jack our animals up with all of this crap that they put in them and what they're feeding them. If I was able, I would actually grow all my own food and raise my own beef, cattle, and stuff like that. Because this way, at least you know what you're eating. That's why we're all so sick. And why you got all these allergies and all these problems. It's because of the garbage they pump into our food. And all of the crappy, frozen foods that they sell, pre-made meals and all. You don't know what's in that crap. Excuse me. And the truth is, if you can't pronounce it, then you don't eat it. Start looking at the labels of the stuff that you guys are buying, and you'll see, yeah, it's like, what is this crap? Why is it in here? It's, preservatives and dyes, and then everybody's got gut rot. It's awful. Yep, microplastics, yeah. All this stuff that's in there. Why is it in there? And the thing that kills me is that in the United States, it's allowed. But if you go to like the UK and stuff, they don't allow this stuff. So the foods taste different. And there's a lot of other countries that don't allow all of this garbage. They can cross the brain barrier and enter your brain. Yes, that's why we're having an increase in dementia and Alzheimer's. Back had a call. Oh, okay. So yeah, you see, that's why we're having an increase in different cancers and all this other stuff that wasn't a big deal back in the day. Now we've got people are sick. Same thing with the injections, this crap that they want to put in. Oh, you got to have this, this immunization or that or this. I've got no problem with being immunized. But when they have, like with the COVID thing, you know, none of that stuff was tested, and they're wanting to put it in your body. I'm like, get out of here. And then you hear things about now everybody's developing all these different kinds of cancers and illnesses, and then the people are confused. Why are you confused? You're allowing them to do these things. Once summertime and stuff is gone like that, like a prime example, tomatoes. I don't buy tomatoes unless they're in season. And then I go to the farmer and I buy them directly from the farmer. Or if I do have the time, I grow my own. Because if you notice, when you buy a store-bought tomato, they have no flavor. They're beautiful, but have no flavor. Same thing with certain fruits. If it's out of season and you're getting it, and if it's not coming from, a sunshine state somewhere that that it's growing it, locally, there's no flavor. and or it's just awful. It's just awful. It does not taste the same. Same thing with like chicken breasts and stuff like that. You ever see here you get these mammoth chickens. Where the hell are they getting these chickens from? That's because they're pumped full of hormones. When you can feed a whole family of, of 6 on one chicken breast, there's a problem there. It's not a normal chicken. Or you have people, like developing all of these strange allergies. Why is that? All of these gluten allergies and just because our stuff is filled with garbage. Growing up, I don't know about you guys, but I never heard people having all of these issues. And every time you turn the corner, somebody in somebody's family's got dementia. Now, nobody in my family had dementia. My mother's got it. Where the hell did it come from? What did it lay dormant through generations and then nailed my mother? And she ate generally healthy, is so that's telling you that something in the food system is corrupt and it's affecting people's brains. Don't think I have read what they put in baby formula. Yeah. See, and it's starting out from step one. Because if you really think about it, they have baby formula locked up because people were using it, mixing it with narcotics, apparently, to make something else. What's in it that they could do that? But tell us how you really feel, Laura. Yeah, I know. Sage has got it made. She grows everything. I don't have a very big yard, so it's I'm limited on what. And if I took down, we used to have a huge garage. We took that down and we put up a shed. So if I got rid of the shed and got the camper the hell out of there, I could have a whole other section where I could make a garden. But it's unfortunately, I got nowhere to put this crap. So I've always believed that even about food preservatives. Yeah, we don't. People back in the day would preserve food, and it was done in a way where it wasn't poisoning us. There's a thing or two there we could learn from the Amish because they still do it the old-fashioned way. I got to go up on the mountain and hit up some of the Amish people and hang out and learn from them. No, not everything, but we can out here in the high desert. It can freeze in August, so we are limited on growing seasons. Oh, okay. Root veggies too good. Well, like you said, you had what'd you say? 270 pounds of potatoes? That's a score. Yeah, wrapped in salt. Yep. Stored. A lot of their canning stuff was fat, the lard and stuff put on top to seal it and preserve it. Dried meats and stuff like that. I think it would be a little difficult for us to get used to because we're not used to that. A prime example, we're used to store-bought bacon. And then my sister-in-law gave us one year fresh bacon, and we didn't like it because we are used to the chemicals taste, unfortunately. Thank God we don't eat it that often, but fresh bacon tasted terrible to us. Yeah, 270. Yeah, it was a good year for spuds. You are set. I can't imagine 270 pounds. I don't eat that many potatoes, so they would rot before I could do it. I preserve all I can. get my hands on. Good deal. That's the way to go, Sage. I love that. How do you? I mean, obviously you guys store them in a root cellar to keep them from rotting. But is there another way that you store potatoes to keep them? Do you can potatoes? I've never heard of anybody doing that, but I'm sure you can, right? It's just like people who live in Alaska. When I used to watch Alaskan programs, and which they don't have on anymore, where they canned everything. So like all of the salmon and stuff that they caught, and all of this stuff, and moose meat or elk meat or whatever, everything was canned and or preserved, and the old smoked. Everything was it was amazing. I preserve like we have a pantry. Ah, okay. That's a lot of potatoes. My father would be in heaven. My father's a potato freak. He's happy just boiling a couple potatoes. He'll throw a little salt and butter on it, and that's a meal for him. He loves it. You can potatoes. I've done it. We keep them in a covered box in the pantry where it's cool. Oh, okay, awesome. See, I do like with apples. If I get like a bushel or two apples, I store them actually on the stairs to my atticway. Because when you get to a certain level in our atticway, it's like freezing. So it's like, a cooler, and the stuff stays there. Fabulous. You could dry can potatoes, but it isn't approved by the I'll have to look. I'll have to look into that. I never heard of that process. Well, a lot of the old fashioned ways aren't approved. That's the thing that kills me. They don't approve that, but they'll approve the chemicals in garbage. That's okay. You can eat this poison, but don't can potatoes this way. It's not recommended. I mean, I get it. You have to do things a certain way so you don't get botulism. I mean, that's you don't want to poison anybody, but if people have done it, it's a tried and true, method that's done for generations. They did something right. Yeah, exactly. They didn't have control over it. And I'm sure they would find something wrong. Well, no, you can't do that because, it's not good. But have a cup of dye yellow number 4 or whatever. Or what was the one dye they just finally got rid of? They took out of everything. I think it was a red dye. They don't want you to preserve your own. They don't. Then you don't buy enough. They're exactly right. You're exactly right. And yeah, when I get the opportunity, I can what I can. This year I didn't do it. They call it rebel canning now, but it is just normal canning when I was younger. Yeah. And a lot of people don't do that. I know when I brought out my canning stuff, and my son's girlfriend's like, what the hell is all of that? So I explained to her the canning process. So I might get her to do it next year. We'll see. I totally said, because, if you make large batches of stuff, and instead of throwing it out and wasting it, you can it so that, like if my son or her, wants to take something to work for lunch, all you got to do is bring, like the jar of chili or soup or stew or whatever, and you pop it open and warm it up. There you go. Where I know people will make large batches of stuff, and then when they don't eat it in a day or two, then they throw it all in the garbage. It's really wasteful. You're throwing your money in the garbage. So, especially the price of groceries nowadays, man, everybody needs to learn a can. Preserve what you can. Costs a fortune just to go to the store. We have one family-owned grocery store here, which we love to go to, but only for certain things. Because you can't get out of that store for under $100. which just always blows my mind. You think, oh, I only picked up a couple of things, $100, $100. I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me. I only bought like 4 things. It's just ridiculous. I'm probably boring your listeners. No, I thought it was interesting. A lot of people probably are interested in canning. I think it's better than talking nonsense, but we could do that too. I remember tinning potatoes from camping when I was little. They were gross. I'll never really liked boiled potatoes. It's a lot of people tell. I'm not a big potato eater either, Roger. I'd rather have rice, to be honest. But I don't mind. I mean, potatoes just go with certain things. So it's good to know how to preserve them for the best you can because they're expensive. Of course, if I deal with a farmer, I can get a 50-pound bag of reds for $25, I think, which actually isn't bad. I have a bunch of zucchini I need to cook. Actually, I shred zucchini because we're not big zucchini eaters, but I shred it all and I freeze it and I use it for zucchini bread, and it lasts for over a year in the freezer. And actually, I just got fresh Brussels sprouts from the farmer. So yeah, I process them and put them in the freezer. So we have them for holidays and stuff like that. Nothing like a good fart ball. That's what we call them, fart balls. My son did that once when he went back to school after a holiday, and the teacher goes, "Oh, so what did you have?" He goes, "Well, we had turkey and we had this and we had fart balls." And he's going on. She goes, "You had what?" And then I had to explain to her it's Brussels sprouts. What you grow yourself is so much different, and then what you get in the stores, they are denser and creamier, and they taste much better. Yes, definitely. I agree with you 100%. When you get, again, using tomatoes as an example, you get a tomato from the store, no taste, dry, nasty, gross. You go out in a garden and you pick a fresh tomato, it's like you died and went to heaven. It's sweet, it's wonderful tasting. I used to love doing that as a kid. Just go out there and pick a fresh cucumber or whatever. Mini cabbages equal bush. That's exactly right. That's what it is, a mini cabbage. But yeah, his teacher got the biggest kick out of it because we called them fart balls. Because I mean, actually, that cabbage gives you gas. Fries, chips in the UK aren't good for you, but they are my favorite cooked potato product. Well, you know what? It depends on how you cook them, Roger. You can use an air fryer or you bake them. Yeah, my husband likes fried potatoes, but I'll do roasted potatoes in the oven. And I mean, I make a lot and they just clean them up. They're gone. I don't mind them, but I can live without them. Oh, if they're done right, I'm telling you, Roger, we were just talking about this actually the other day. Brussels sprouts done the right way. Oh, they're fantastic. Same thing with beets, fresh beets. I love fresh beets. My husband won't eat them. I don't care. It's more for me. They are so sweet tasting. Oh my God. And when the farmer's market has them, you can get a huge bag of them for $4. And then I'll process them all and put them in the freezer. Mine are currently microwave. Roger, we need to get you some kitchen stuff, man. I mean, microwave is okay, but we gotta get Roger a stove or something so he can cook. Roger's gonna glow in the dark, you poor thing. All those microwaves. Only thing I use the microwave for is to warm stuff up. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Sorry, that was the hubby. Nope, I make stir fry with them. Oh, that's nice. Nice. I love a good stir fry. We actually had Chinese last night. My husband actually agreed. I was like, oh, yes. Chicken and broccoli, here I come. Even though I can make it at home, but it's so nice just to treat ourselves once in a while. And it's definitely a treat. It's like once a month because ordering Chinese food is outrageous. Well, at least to don't have to scary screen. Have a scary screen for your hubby's ringtone. Oh yeah, The Good, Bad, the Ugly. It's his favorite movie. I never trust myself with anything that couldn't potentially start a fire. That's why I'm glad I don't have gas in my flat. Ah, okay. I understand. I mean, microwaving is doable. I remember when we moved back from Missouri and we forgot the my stove. You have the center plate there for the where the gas comes out that fans out the flames. Well, we didn't have that. Okay, Sage. Um, so the flame would just shoot straight out and thinking, oh shit, how am I going to use the stove? And I couldn't use it until my sister-in-law sent me those parts that we left behind. So in the meantime, I used to have this was like the biggest microwave convection oven unit I'd ever saw in my life. We bought it from a friend of ours. I had to put it on its own stand because it took two people to carry this thing. But I could cook a full meal in this thing, which was amazing. And I had to cook like that for over a month until I got the parts back for my stove. But right now, all I use the microwave for is defrosting and warming stuff up. And I see, my dad can cook and stuff, but he prefers just to use a microwave. And, he uses the frozen dinners and he warms that stuff up because he don't want to be bothered. Who knows? I'll probably be that way when I go old too. Don't want to be bothered. Just warm stuff up. Yes, Athena, hello. My dog is here sucking up. No camera, so you can't be on. No. No, 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 no. Looking for a little love or food. As soon as I hit the kitchen, she'll be there. She never misses a kitchen moment. Last night, she had to have an apple before we went to bed. Talk about spoiled. Of course, she had some Chinese too, which she probably shouldn't eat, but a little bit don't hurt. Huh? A little bit doesn't hurt, does it? Yes, thank you. Oop, bumped your nose. You bumped your nose. Okay, that's enough love. Goodbye. She's giving me a look like, what? No, that's enough. Just as bad as Daddy when he calls. He knows I was going live, but he still calls. Oh, I forgot. All right, I'll call you back. All right, all right, all right. Good Lord, never a moment's peace. It's either her or the cat. There's no escaping. I have no escape. Even now when I go on vacation, no escape. I have to bring the dog with me. I have no dog sitter now. So it is what it is. So hopefully you guys are up for later. I'm going to be going on again at 7 tonight, my usual Wednesday night live, but I'm going to do open mic. So we could talk about anything and everything. And I figured we'd play around with a little bit of Oracle card or tarot card stuff just for a little Wednesday night fun. I hope you guys are up for that. So you can get your questions ready. It's always a good time. I know my chat hasn't frozen, but yours may have raw side. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Who knows? Probably. Type something in, guys, so I know that you guys are all still there. I think everything's working. Oh, Sage is back. Okay. Or I'm just putting everybody to sleep. It could be it, Roger. Everybody's snoozing now. It's one of those slow type of mornings where, I'm still not fully awake. It's rough. Oh, it's okay now? Oh, okay. Good, good. Pinky's being a lurker. She's working. Lurking and working. That's what I do too. Hey, Julie. Good morning. How are you today? I hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'm just sitting here chatting, putting everybody to sleep. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Good to see you. I'm feeling a little better. Back is a little bit back to normal, almost, not 100%. I hope you are well. Excuse me. Yeah, that's what I normally do. When I watch other people's stuff, I'm working and lurking. Got to squeeze it in where you can. Nothing like cold coffee. Ugh. How is Wes doing? Hope you guys are well. What have you guys been up to? You've been quiet. Hope you got some good stuff coming out. Been on some good adventures. And I was watching Ryan's live the other night, and it was he couldn't stay too long. They were freezing. So see, that's what I'm saying. This time of year, it's hard to get out there and do this stuff without freezing your cheeks off. Let's see. Oh, good. Thanks. Glad you're feeling better. Oh, thank you. Yeah, not 100%. I got to get somebody to crack my back. That's what I got to do. Maybe if I lay on the floor, the dog could jump on it. That'd be a quick fix. Of course, knowing the dog, she wouldn't do that. She'd be licking my face. So yeah, I think they wouldn't just work. So I've been lurking and listening in the car, picking up my daughter. Oh, nice. Is it freezing and wet on your end of the world, Lisa? We're all complaining about this crap weather. Everybody's got some kind of crappy weather going on. Oh, good. I'm glad he's well. We've just been talking about holidays and food, and stuff like that, and me bitching about all the crap that's in our food. It's the morning bitch. But I'm sure you guys have probably been doing some fun adventures. I wish I could go out, but it's just been too cold. It got really cold down to 0. Oh God. Yeah, that's cold. It makes it so difficult when you go and want to go out and do any kind of investigating, and I think it affects how you do the investigation as well, and the stuff that you use. It screws things up. Maybe there is something in bacon. Oh, there's a ton of stuff in bacon. But everything's good with bacon. Come on. And I know it's like the worst thing to eat, but sometimes you just got to have it. So I made, actually, yeah, I had bacon yesterday. I made a couple of pieces for breakfast. I splurged because usually I save them for the weekends, but it was just me. And I'm like, I'm in a mood to have just a little bit. So, and there's a lot of dishes that I make that you add bacon to. So I don't make those that much either. But when I do, it's so yummo. One of my favorites is actually in the summertime when we'll do grilling and I'll do chicken kebabs. And I marinate the chicken in honey mustard marinade. And then I wrap the chicken chunks in bacon. And then we grill it. Oh, God. It's so good. Sinful good. Yeah, meat candy. Yeah. I get this bacon. It's Black Forest flavor. Oh, my God. And if you guys have never tried that chicken kebabs and you wrap them in the bacon, oh, you gotta try it. Bacon has to be made just right. Yeah, it can't be. Well, my husband likes it crispy, doesn't like it rubbery, which I don't blame him. But if you do it on a grill, it gets like that charred uh, coating to it, and it's oh my god, it is awesome. Oh, Wiz, you got me all excited. See what you mentioned bacon, and that's it. You set everybody off, Wiz. Everybody's gonna be looking for bacon. I never get it in a restaurant because they always either overcook it or it's deep fried, and it's yeah. Or the other spectrum, it's rubbery and it snaps back at you. That's not a good one either. So yeah, Julie's right. It has to be made just right. Jalapeno poppers wrapped in bacon on the grill. Oh, that's it, Sage. You just did it. She pushed us over the edge. She's pushed us over the edge. I love a good jalapeno popper. And I don't have them that often either. I haven't had bacon in years. Oh, really, Julie? Well, good for you. The rest of us sinners are eating as maple syrup and bacon go together. Oh, yes, they do, because I get maple flavor. I get that too. Depends on what I'm cooking. And it's what flavor bacon I use. I'm making some lunches for the guys that are working today. Oh, what are you making? What are you making, Miss Pinky? I'm going to be having leftover Chinese food. That's always the best part about Chinese is you have it for dinner and then the leftovers you have for lunch the next day. But now I'm thinking bacon. Thanks. Thanks, Wiz. I don't need bacon. Stay away from the bacon. Can't beat a good BLT. Put some cheese on my. Oh, yeah. But it's got to have farm fresh tomato. Do you put mayonnaise on yours, Wiz? How do you make your BLT? Do you put the food lube on? I know a Crow show this morning. They were talking hot dogs. Go figure, right? Got to get the hot dog chat in. But I never even realized when he was re-showing the thing for the wrestling. I never even realized he had a hot dog on his on his wrestling pants. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even notice that before. Oh man, what's a ghost's favorite pie? You got me. What is it? I should write some of these jokes down because I do the giggles page in the magazine. I should put some of it. Boo Bear. Okay. Oh, that would be a good one. I don't know if Boo Berry would be too happy about it, but I'm naughty. I usually forget the L and just have the BT. Oh, yeah, Sage. We've done that when we haven't had any L. That's screw it. Then now it's just a bacon sandwich. And that's where the cheese comes in handy. Is he right, graduate? Is it Boo Berry? That's cute. And then Sage, if you don't have any lettuce, then it's just a bee sandwich. We're having bee sandwiches for dinner. Actually, I know somebody that I mean, it's a lot of bacon. When they make BLTs, they cook 2 pounds of bacon and they eat it all. I'm thinking, holy crap, that's a lot of bacon. I mean, I only put like maybe 3 pieces on mine, but 2 pounds of bacon. How much are they putting on there? They're making bacon club sandwiches. Is what they're making. The bacon club. Didn't so he must have been right. Right? No. Hey, Big Sue, how are you going? How's it going? How's Stu on this Wednesday? Listening while I'm working. Oh, I'm glad that you're listening. Hope we're not boring you too much. BT, don't forget the tomatoes when the season. Of course, that's right. It's got to be in season. I'm not a hothouse tomato lady. Now you're making me hungry. I know we're all gonna start getting hungry now. It's we always got to get into the food. We're talking bacon, Stu. What do you think? Are you a bacon kind of guy? Hey, Raven, how's it going? Just got home. Where were you off and running to? Were you having an adventure this morning? I got to get dressed yet. You guys know that I don't. That's why there's no camera. I don't get dressed when I do the morning show. Hanging out in the robe. Raven been anywhere nice? Yeah, what were you doing, Miss Raven? She was probably going pizza run. Were you loading up on pizza? Just like the other night when you guys were talking about tacos. And yeah, I ended up making tacos that night because you guys, it was it Raven? I think it was Raven. I don't know. I forgot who was talking about making tacos. And that was it. I had to do it. Been to the library and the food shop. There you go. I'll have to see if there's bacon to microwave. You can microwave bacon. Um, you have to cover it so it doesn't splatter all over. And actually, I think they have a special like dish or something that you could buy to microwave bacon. I mean, I don't know how it's going to come out, but she was a good girl. Went to the library. Awesome sauce. I used to love going to the library. I haven't been to the library in so long. Don't have to for me naked in a mic. Okay. No, it ain't safe to be naked around here, but but the robe is on. It's not for I'm not, not in the mood to get dressed that early in the morning when I get up. So screw it. It's robe and a microphone. No, I had to print some papers. I have no printer at home. Ah, okay. See here, we all thinking you were doing research. Research on the game. Good game you had the other night there, Raven. Boy, it took forever to kill that one thing, that big beastly thing that you were fighting. See, I suck at all that stuff. We throw a huge party at our house every year called the Bacon Fest. Oh, there we go, man. After our own hearts. You have to show up with bacon or alcohol or just yourself. People have tried to buy tickets for it, but it's our What do you make? Just everything is smothered in bacon? We're all going to Stu's. Load up, road trip, everybody. Oh, that must be amazing. The Bacon Fest. You only live once, right? So you might as well do it up. I can't remember what I thought. I know it was a big, giant, red-looking thing. I don't know what the hell it was. Sage, tell them they can't call right now. We're talking bacon. And you just kept shooting it and shooting it. I'm thinking, man, she can't get rid of that thing. At least you got it. I would have, yeah, I would have died. That would have been it. I'm just not good at those games. So I just watch you guys go through all the drama. A bacon fest. That is just, yeah, that is one hell of a party. We were just talking about wrapping everything in bacon and how to cook it and different flavored bacons. What's your favorite one, Stu? Right now, I'm hooked on. I like maple flavor, but I'm hooked on. Of course, applewood smoked is really good, but that's really bad for you. The smoked stuff. My favorite I've been hooked on lately is a Black Forest. Oh, just awesome tasting stuff. Bacon is the only one of the things I miss. Wes eats it and it smells amazing. Oh, you can't have any? Oh, that's not fair. Tell him that he's got to cook it outside. It's not for that. It is the best. I know when I start making it, my husband's like, up and in the kitchen. I smelled something. Yeah, of course you did. The bacon desserts tend to be most creative. Oh, yeah, really? Wow. what kind of bacon do they do, like candied bacon and stuff like that? Because I've seen that where people have made candied bacon. Oh, you're a vegan. Oh. Well, then he shouldn't do that. He should cook it outside. This is not right. My girlfriend was vegan for a while, and she pretty much lived on beans. I'm thinking, my God, she eat anything else? Like ice cubes and grass or something. I don't. I actually have I have a vegan cookbook and a vegetarian cookbook. I haven't tried any of this stuff yet, but it looks really good. I'm game, but I couldn't do it. I can't give up meat. Let's see. We have bacon flavored crisps called Frazzles. Uh, the thing is, they're suitable for vegetarians. Oh yeah, because it's the flavoring. That's awesome. It started as an Iron Chef night. We picked bacon as an ingredient everyone had to use. It was so good that we said to hell with the Iron Chef. Bacon Fest was born. There you go. Ta-da! I'm nor a real hot dog fan, but if you've wrapped it in bacon, it's gone. There you go. I'm saying everything in bacon is better. I just find it difficult, which I think it's great, that, Lisa, you're a vegan, but it's difficult to find. I don't know, maybe if when you're used to it, or if you're brought up that way, then it's easy, but to find things to eat that, so you're not missing other things. I love ham, and I just can't. I think I could be a vegetarian if it wasn't for ham or lamb. Those are my two weaknesses. Otherwise, I don't mind it. Love Frazzles, and they do bacon flavor curls, which are yummy. Oh yeah, so she's down with it. She's got it. I love my vegetables and all of that, but just sometimes you gotta have a little meat there. But I know if everyone wants to lose weight, that's a great way to lose weight is become vegan. That's how my girlfriend ended up becoming vegan. She wanted to lose weight and she lost it instantly. It was gone. It was amazing. But she, like I said, she was a lazy vegan because she lived beans, rice. I don't know what the hell else she had, but I think it's all you eat, and it was like every day. I'm like, oh God, it's so boring. And of course, then I'd break her chops, saying that and then you must be loaded with gas, eating beans every day. I said I would die. I'm still not quite used to vegetarian or vegan food. All look like their meat counterparts. That said, Prince sausages are amazing. I mean, I've seen some people make some stuff that really looks good. I mean, it's just missing the meat. So it's omnivore all the way. Yeah. Let's see. A lot of people used to just take their favorite dishes and add bacon. Now their meats wrapped in bacon tuxedos, maple bacon cookies. Oh, an Asian broccoli almond bacon salad. It's heaven. Oh, I bet it is. Good God, I bet it is. Yeah, I was just saying how I made. I like to make chicken kebabs in the summer, Stu, and I marinate the chicken in a honey mustard marinade, and then wrap it in the maple flavored bacon, and then grill it. Oh, good God, I could just eat that forever. I've been 6 years. There's a lot of alternatives in the supermarket. Believe me, I found lots of different stuff. I've not lost any weight. Really, my girlfriend lost weight like crazy. And she stayed like that for years, and then that was it. She gave it up and went back to eating meat. I like cake and biscuits too much. Oh, well, see, there's your downfall. You can't have that too. And see, yeah, my girlfriend didn't eat any of the sugary stuff. She didn't drink soda. It was water or anything with sugar. It was coffee. She drank coffee, but any, I mean, she would eat salads and stuff like that too, but a lot of beans. And I was thinking, geez, man, I just couldn't do that. I'd be bloated up like a balloon. Do you feel like you feel better because you're a vegan? Pasta. I'm eating seafood Alfredo right now. Alfredo all the way, whiz. I love a good Alfredo. I actually had chicken and broccoli Alfredo a couple of nights ago. It was awesome. Sounds really good. Honey mustard is one of my go-tos after ketchup, Heinz. Yeah, you cube up your chicken, and onion of choice, and peppers, bell peppers. I usually use like the red or the yellow because they're sweeter. And then I add the honey mustard marinade and let that soak. And then as I'm getting ready to put them on the skewers, I wrap them in the bacon. And then you grill it outside. Oh, God, Stu, you're going to love it. My mouth's watering now just talking about it. I might have to drag out the grill. One of my favorites. Not keen on beans. Yeah, she ate beans. She would make a dish. It was beans, canned tomatoes. They had like basil and stuff like that in it, and rice. And that's what she would eat. And I'd say, you know what? There's books out there, for good God, pick something else. But that's what she would live on. I was like, oh my God, I don't know how you do that. Laura heading out. We'll be there tonight. Have a great day. Same to you, Sherry. You have a great day too. Enjoy your day. It's chilly weather. Also, time for big. I made some the other day. So a big old pot of chili. That's actually I'm gonna warm that up. That's gonna be dinner tonight. It's always better the next day. So let's say 2 days to sit and, meld together. So it's gonna be awesome. Definitely chilly weather. Chili stews, anything warm and yummy. Stew, warm and yummy. Loving it, loving it. Okay, guys, you know what? My back is telling me I think it's time to say goodbye. I don't want to overdo it because I want to be able to enjoy your company this evening. Lisa's making veggie chili. See, there you go. And actually, that's really good. That I like to load my chili up. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. Get on with your Wednesday. Enjoy your day. So this way I don't overdo. But I look forward to seeing everybody later on tonight at 7. We'll have a little card fun, a great chit chat, have a good time. Until then, guys, thanks for hanging out. Please remember to hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out the merch shop. Everything goes back into the channel and helps me keep going on. And then I loved the food chat, guys. It was great. Thanks for your support, guys. You are the best. Until tonight, guys, I'll see you later.